Hi, everybody. My name's Chachi. That's Tom. Welcome back to Our Humble Opinion. We're just going to talk about some draft stuff today and get into overall everything. Oh, that's not supposed to be on the screen. So, Tom, what do you think about the draft? We had that little thing going on where all the analysts were like talking about Ty Simpson. Maybe they said, "Oh, we saw the film. Maybe he's better than Mendoza." I'm like, I don't know, but what's your opinion? I would still pick Mendoza. I don't know why this is like a
Oh
conversation.
yeah, no. Statistically, so like the analysis I did,
Tom made a
so
metric.
just
It's really cool.
looking at like correlations and stuff. Number one, this class is not great. I think there's like if you get like if teams are willing to wait on these quarterbacks and they draft them in like the day three, you're getting good value, right? But like statistically, so other than like Mendoza's a good pick, right? It makes sense.
Yeah. No, no,
So
100%.
because of the key metrics for quarterbacks when you talk about statistically in college to the pros, it's yards per attempt, completion percentage. Those are really your main metrics that like say, hey, so like when you think of completion percentage, it's showing, hey, I'm executing the offense, right? That's the best way to like kind of correlate it. The yards per attempt, what that shows is, hey, we're not playing a game at the line of scrimmage, we're pushing the ball down the field. So we're able to stretch the field, right? That's when a passing game becomes like dangerous.
Yeah.
So um, you see that occurring, right, with like Mendoza. Like a Carson Beck, when you start getting to those guys and Ty Simpson, they don't have great completions percentages. They may have one of the two or the three good metrics that matter. Rating's also kind of important, right? Like to a point. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of quarterback rating, but it does correlate because it correlates partially because it has the other metrics in it, right? So, um, I think like touchdowns also matter to a point, right? Like the volume just says, hey, they're completing drives or scoring. But anyways, like yeah, Mendoza checks a lot of those boxes and also film. Dude, anybody on the Ty Simpson train, like I get it, the guy's got a cannon. Like no one's saying his arm talent's there, but playing quarterback in the NFL is between the ears.
No, I
You
agree.
got to have
Yeah.
the talent is a prerequisite. If you don't have that arm ability, like good luck. Like these, like
Yeah.
I don't know why, like everyone all of a sudden gets into this whole like even like Alex Smith, Josh, the guy could throw the ball. He couldn't hum it like Rodgers, but he still could throw it with velocity and timing
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
anticipation. So. Anyways, like the difference between Rodgers and like I think Smith had more better efficiency at the time, right?
Yep.
That's why I think he was chosen with that pick versus like Rodgers just had straight up raw talent. Um,
I think it
yeah,
worked out
like
for
so.
everybody there.
I
So
don't know. Honestly, ESPN anymore. Their analysts are awful. Good for Pat McAfee also, like kind of trashing it. Like that's the one thing I'll say I enjoy about McAfee. He is real, and he doesn't really care about like the narratives and all the other nonsense.
well, yeah. No, the thing with Mendoza, what I don't like is okay if a quarterback that you like did what he did, you know he would be number one. We wouldn't be talking about this. Like a guy you thought was that good, but coming into the season, okay. If Arch Manning would have won every game and made like the at the end of games made big throws and they would have won the Natty at the beginning of the season, you know everybody would have been like, he's the number one pick. No one would have been like, oh, how about this guy? It's because you didn't see him coming, right? So it's like we got to act like what he did doesn't like he in big spots he made the play, and that is what quarterback is. You when your team needs you, you got to make the play. Because if you're on a team that is able to win a championship, I know we sit here and glaze the quarterbacks because they are the most important like factor to you winning. Like if you don't have a good quarterback, it's really, really, really hard. But in order to win a championship, you need a good team. So basically, you have to be put in those spots and make the plays. Like that's where I will defend Jalen Hurts. When it is a big spot, he makes the play when he needs to usually. So that's where you got to give him his credit. That's kind of how you win too. So and you can't say on tape he doesn't do that. And on the field needs to be a bigger part of this. I don't get why we always talk about like measurables and all this crap. It does matter, but I got to see the production, right? And quarterback to me, winning is the main thing. Do you help your team win games? Because that's you're driving the car, right? I can't have you crash it. You know what I mean? So, and Ty Simpson,
Yeah, no,
to be honest with you,
totally.
this discussion's really crazy. And I get it's a team game, but you lost 38-3 to the other guy. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what you wanted to say.
Yeah, no, not only that, dude. I think what's even crazier, Josh, from my perspective, and what I don't understand, like, yeah, I hate the whole thing of like national titles don't matter.
Yeah,
That's like what basically Dan Orlovsky is trying to communicate.
that's crazy.
And that I hate this whole, like, I'll tell you, I make fun of all my friends down here in Atlanta because the whole SEC, like, their branding is literally, it just means more. Well, you got shit on in the NCAA tournament this year, and also, by the way, there have been 3 back-to-back-to-back national football champs from the Big Ten. You tell me which conference where it
Yeah,
matters
that's
more.
kind of
Tell me,
crazy.
let me know, right? Like, because clearly, like, you can blame it on the SEC. Like, yeah, the SEC does have a lot of talent. So does the Big Ten.
Well, you're
They
living in
have
the
Ohio
early. They're living
State.
in the early 2000s, man. It ain't the same. And like mid 2000s, it ain't the same, bro. It's like you said, the Big Ten's like rolling now. Indiana just beat y'all 38-3 Alabama. Like what was going on?
All these guys, what they realize is the NIL kind of sucks for the SEC now because guess what? The rules are the same for everybody, and all these
Yep.
Big Ten schools, they got a lot of old money.
Yeah.
You know, just like the SEC. But I think the SEC, like when you talk about, you know, there's some big time alum that have come from, you know, think like some of the engineers from Google, you know, went to Michigan State, right? They're able to throw a crap ton of capital at this thing.
Oh yeah,
So,
Michigan's.
like,
Yeah.
like no, like
true.
that's just one example. It's not to say there isn't famous alumni from other schools, right? Just look, like the playing field got leveled out because of money. It's like,
I'm only
let's be
doing it.
real.
I'm only doing this to be funny. But shout out to T. Boone Pickens at Oklahoma State. Stadium named after him. What a legend. A booster of the year. I remember that.
Right.
T. Boone Pickens. I was like, who is that?
Okay. That sounds racist. Okay.
His name does. No offense, buddy. Maybe you're not. I don't even know who that is. But I remember it. It's the name of the stadium. It's a nice stadium, too. I'm not hating on Oklahoma State. It's really cool.
Oh, dude, Oklahoma State is one of the best facilities in college.
It's so
just
cool.
Insane to not. Well, that's oil money. I mean, that's why you see, though, like, everyone forgets how bad was Texas for years.
Yeah.
And now they're able to throw all this oil money because they got all the, you know, and then Matthew McConaughey can throw all his, like, money, too.
Yeah,
right?
and I want to say...
see how they've actually, you know, they're very competitive in the SEC.
Oh, dude.
Like last year, they just lost a lot of talent the year before in the draft.
Dude, I'm not crapping on Arch. I think he's still a really solid quarterback. I just think the narrative with the quarterback thing is so crazy. Like, I agree you can't base everything off the team's success, but in big spots is why I really do. I feel like, I think we talked about this 100 times with this kid. I think his floor is really high. Like, he's going to be okay, like a pretty good player, okay, regardless. I think his ceiling's what I would say is kind of like a wild card. But I'm like, that has to count for something because I feel like the bust rate with him, I don't think he's going to be a complete, like, terrible player, right? I feel like he works hard. He'll if you have a good team, he knows how to keep him on track. You understand what I'm saying? That's like, that actually is really huge. You know?
Yeah.
So.
No, you bring up the biggest point of like what I showed you all the analysis.
Yeah.
I did.
No,
like, if
that's.
you look at his career value, it says like he's going to be around like a 90 overall like quarterback rating, right? Is what he's projecting at, right? Which to me is kind of like, yeah, that's pretty like it's up there, but it's average. And to your point, so that tells me exactly what you're saying. And hey, he's going to kind of be like, his floor is average, which that's actually okay.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's not terrible. And my thing with Ty Simpson is he also, like, and it's, hey, you could say whatever you want. It's proven, like, none of them have really worked out. Any quarterback that has, like, less than 20 starts in college, which is important because you have to play the position for a while, get a feel for it. It's different, man. They don't really work out in the NFL. I'm not saying he won't. But you're definitely, as a general manager, going against the grain, and if you mess up, you will be blamed for it. So that's another reason. Like, why am I going to do that? You know what I mean? It's a hard sell. Like, oh, yeah, look, everybody that's only started, I think he started like 15 games. Anybody below 20 has not really worked out in the NFL, and it's like, are you going to really risk that? Because if you know they're going to bring that up if you're wrong. I'm just saying. Is it worth it? No, he's getting, if he's drafted in the top.
Ty Simpson's draft position is truly based off of media hype and his like arm talent and like just his measurables and stuff. It has nothing to do.
And I feel bad talking about him because
it's sad because it's like, stop giving these excuses. Like, if you like the guy, take him.
Yeah.
Fine. Like, I believe in you. Just don't be shocked when there are some red flags. Like, that's when that's the whole draft evaluation process is, hey, is this guy a project or is he actually a legitimate? I'm gonna plug him in because projects to me in the draft are day 3.
And I think,
day 1 through 2 are guys they need to play.
And don't get me wrong, I think Ty's more polished than Anthony Richardson, because I saw Anthony Richardson. I never got that because he had games that you were just like, what is he doing? But my point is, like, to that extent, like, talent, just going off of talent, like, oh, look how this guy looks. He got drafted 4th or 5th, and I'm overall in the draft. And I'm like, when that happened, I'm like, what are you doing, Colts? I don't get that. Like, you can't just go off of, like, the athleticism and, like, just stuff you, like, big arm and be like, oh, I'm going to take him 5th. You got to go off of, like, that's what I'm saying. What you do on the field matters. Like, this dude in the 4th quarter, every big play, national championship game, what did he do? Draw a play, broke like 3 tackles, got a touchdown out of it. Makes a big throw in the, what is it, Big Ten championship game against Ohio State. Yeah, Dan brought up, oh, they only had 3 points and 7 points in 3 quarters. Yeah, Dan, but that's a team mentality. We're going to keep the game close. That's how Cignetti plays. He plays defense. They keep the game close. They win it at the end. The only time they were blowing people out is when they were playing, like, most of the time, really bad schools. Unless it's Alabama, who Ty Simpson played for. I mean, he had 3 points. What's the excuse there? Indiana's good, but I'm like, buddy, I thought that's, like you said, I thought the SEC
Josh,
was
go look at the SEC title game with Ty Simpson. Like, he had like, again, if you're an elite quarterback, how are you not punching the ball in at the end?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, and then he's had like 13 points. The same thing with Ty Simpson. It always was, and a lot of people blame it. Like, well, they didn't have a good run game, and it's like, but then you should be able. Then you have to lift your team up.
Yes.
You know what you know, like, I'm so like, yeah, no, I don't buy it, man. It's all nonsense and media hype. Like, again, like, and like, to get on the Trent I always call him Trent Richardson, Anthony Richardson, right? The problem with him is he had terrible efficiency metrics.
He did. He did.
Like, when people forget about Cam Newton, his efficiency metrics were through the roof.
Yes.
When you talk about how to run an offense.
No.
But then his big play ability, like his yards per attempt was insane, and he was accurate. That's why he was so generational.
And let me give the draft people credit in this respect, and he's become a fantastic player, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Lamar, I get why he went late first, because the metrics, like, he ran a lot. You couldn't tell how good he was going to be, because when he threw, the people were wide open, because, I mean, they were so afraid of him running that ball. I get it. But that's what I'm saying with Anthony Richardson. I'm like, it was the same thing. Actually, it was worse. But I guess because he was bigger and had a big arm, they were just like, hey, we'll take him 4th. I'm like, guys, why didn't you exercise that like you did with Lamar, where you were kind of like, we don't know what we got here. He has great athletic talent, but we don't know what he's going to be. You know what I mean? So we'll take him later. That made sense, right? I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I'm like, but you took him 4th? Why? Or 5th? Why? Anthony, I don't know. It was weird to me. Like you said, it isn't Cam. Neither one of them were Cam Newton, where he took his team to the national title. Again, see how that worked out? He did that. And whatever people talk trash about Cam, I get he's charismatic and he is controversial sometimes. But we're talking about on the field. That man was a dog. Okay, you could make fun of, like, oh, he only had 2 good years or what. Don't lie though. They did not run that organization well, and they rode him till the wheels fell off. That team, they were like, we're just gonna make Cam try to beat everyone. But he was great, man. He was that his MVP year. Do you see? Did anyone? I know we bring this up a lot. Did you see the people he made the Super Bowl with on offense? Okay, it was him and that defense. That was it. No offense to the rest of his teammates, they were solid. But I'm like, guys, come on, bro. The running backs were good, but besides that, his receivers were.
Yeah, no, it's
Ted Ginn,
like people need to, like, give Cam Newton his due for what he was, right? And, like, no, Lamar, he was a wild card. They were having conversations about him.
Yeah, I'm like, I get it.
Because he was more like a.
No, 100%, and it's crazy, man. It's just with Ty. I think you should just with Ty. I think he can be a good quarterback. I just hope he goes, like, later in the first. I think that's best for him. Not a terrible team. Maybe the Steelers pick him up for the future. I don't know how like come back in the first round and get him. I don't know. That wouldn't be a bad pick. a team like that, a better team that needs a younger quarterback to like get ready to play, I think he would be really good there. Just not a terrible team. I don't think he's. I think that's the worst situation for him. You put him on a terrible team, play him, gets beat up, confidence goes down. Who knows what happens, right? It's hard.
Yeah.
Because look,
I mean, no. Yeah, I mean, quarterback. Yeah, and I mean, just in general though, like the analysis I did, like quarterbacks are interesting. There's a lot of metrics recorded on them, right?
mm-hmm.
And you know, I think there's some very big telltale signs. Like I said, the prerequisite of the NFL is, dude, do you have the arm? And if you don't have the arm, right,
Yeah.
then, you know, some of those metrics, like, start to come into play. Like, I think of a guy like Matt Flynn, right?
Yep.
Matt Flynn didn't have a ton of really solid metrics, or arm. He didn't have a solid arm. But what he did, he had all those really good metrics. Remember the guy played with, like, Dwayne Bowe and guys
Oh,
like that, right?
yeah. That was when LSU was in its prime.
And, like, again, he won, like, a national title. Like
Les Miles,
right,
baby.
Like,
that was the.
No, I mean So that's where a guy like him. But again, there was no question. It's like, yeah, this guy's a late round pick, undrafted free agent.
Oh, dude.
But it's like definitely. Funny. I just don't know why. Like again, I get the media. It's the quarterback thing, but it's like, guys, this is not a good class. There's a lot of like raw talent. But like these guys are all gonna be backups, other than Mendoza. Mendoza will have a good career. I'm gonna put my hat on it. I hope that he makes the Raiders legitimate again.
Me too.
It's really sad to see the Raiders struggle like they have, and just like it just seems like they throw darts and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, guys. I know the Ravens and the Raiders just had that big kerfuffle. We can talk about that a little bit if you want, with Max Crosby and everything. But I think it was good that they got him back, and I hope they're good. I mean, I don't really have any beef with them. I mean, I'll never get that. Who cares?
Well, the Raiders being good is good for the
Yes.
NFL. Right, like they're a big fan base.
And that stadium's really nice and doesn't get any love because they've been terrible since they moved there. I just want them to have some meaningful games there. I
also want to watch some good 4:00 games.
Yes.
They're always on.
Yes.
And every time, like last year, I watched them. I was just like, I can't watch this. This is terrible. I remember that Giants game. Again, and I'm just like, this is just like the worst football. Like you have linemen going in the wrong direction. Like I've never watched just like they're JV teams that can play better than this. So
yeah, they were pretty bad.
Yeah, so I'm not a.
Okay, so so let's transition. Is there anybody else in this draft? Like I know the Jets are probably taking Arvell Reese. I have him on the screen here. You know, because he's a really good athlete, can move him around a lot. Solid. Ohio State has so many really athletic, good players in this draft on defense. It's really crazy. And offense, the receivers. Anyone in this draft, though, stand out to you that you think is going to be a really good player or at any position?
Dude, I like Reese is really athletic. I mean, he measures a lot of things that are going to matter as a pass rusher. But I really like Ruben Bain.
I agree.
And then also, I like the tackle Fano out of Utah.
Fano, okay.
I'm telling you, man, that guy, his attitude, the way he works, and he's gonna be a great culture fit. I'm telling you, if the Raiders with their 2 picks go Mendoza, Fano, I think that's for the next 5 to 10 years, our locker room has changed. I really in a good way, right? I really think those guys matter.
Yeah, Fano looks really good. I agree with you.
Dude, that guy's he's a monster, man. He's just fun to watch. But they did an interview with him. He's just hilarious. I was dying.
Mine would be, and I could be completely wrong. And you brought him up. I'm just rooting for him because I don't like how he got like we were talking about on film. He looks really good. Then his arms measured kind of short, and everyone was I like Bain because I feel like he's got motivation now too. That guy, everyone's been like, I don't know about his arms. So I'm like, on tape though, man. Even in the Natty, he was making plays, man. He's good. I'm like, No,
he's going to be physical and violent. Dude, arm strength arm length doesn't matter that much interior, right? What matters is getting off the ball. You're vertical and you're.
I would totally I would totally take it into account if he wasn't a well-built dude. That's a big dude. He's not skinny and lanky. Remember when Micah came out? He has long arms, but I'm saying if Micah had really short arms, then I'd be like, yeah, that's not good because you're not big. You need your speed. But Ruben's stocky dude. It's fine. He's built like Melvin Ingram. Does anyone remember him? The big DN. Yeah, he was fine. He's a stocky dude. He's not slow, but I'm like he's also he's got a lot of power to his game. That's
Yeah, dude, Bane has a great first step.
yes,
Right, and that's like key. Like that's what matters. As an interior guy that's gonna defend the run, rush the passer, it's gonna matter. And like, yeah, defending the run, maybe he struggles because he can't get enough extension to see. But honestly, he's gonna be a guy like the NFL run defense anymore is penetration. It's not two gapping.
and I want to
Teams
give
don't
I
like
want to
doing
and I
don't like doing the two gap stuff a lot
and I like
because
my
it's hard to teach.
and I like
You
my
gotta
wide
have really good players at it.
I like my wide receivers normally, but I feel like this class is a little like I think next year is going to be the better one. I think it's kind of like Carnell Tate's good, but I feel like he has a flaw. You can press him unless he can improve on it. He's very quick, but you know Ohio State wide receivers usually do well. I get it if he's taken high. And they have him on here. I love his name and just the history of LSU corners playing pretty well in the NFL. Mansour Delane. I'm like kind of cool. I was like I I kind of like him. It's an LSU corner.
I think there's some like good. So wide receiver wise, I think there's good like day three guys. Like there's a lot of them. I don't know. Like overall, as like a class at the top, I think it's very mid to below average. Like this draft, the strength is defensive line and pass rusher. But the pass rushers go early, right? And even with the defensive tackles, right? Like all that stuff goes early.
Okay,
So,
I have him on our screen. The guy I want to talk to you about because he was like a big revelation. He played well at Oregon. The tight end, Shadiq.
yeah.
What do you think of him? He's a quick guy.
I hope he doesn't. You remember the guy that Oregon had that got in all the drug problems and stuff?
Oh yeah. No, I know exactly.
I just hope he doesn't turn into that guy.
Ah, true.
I don't know. I don't think he is. I think like this guy's clean and stuff, but like, dude, you know who I'm talking about, right? It was back with like the Dixon days and all that stuff.
Yeah. Dennis Dixon. Yeah.
Dude, Mario, this guy like, and like Green Bay had him on the practice squad for a little bit, then they had to cut him because he just could not stay out of trouble. Dude.
Oh, what was his name?
Guy, like this guy is like that guy. He's that good. Like I kind of like him. He's a really cool weapon.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like whoever gets him, like you better be like, you better have a good package.
Now, what do you think of Lemon? Do you think he's still? I know he's dropped a lot because of that interview, but do you still think he's a very good? I think he fits the new NFL really well. He's a slot guy, really tough. Malik.
Yeah, I mean
Malachi.
Yeah, I think he does too. I just, I mean, again, some of these guys, like I said, the draft after about the first 5 picks, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
And culture matters. Like I cannot stress that enough from like these NFL teams, right? I mean, you just saw, if you want, we can get into it for like a couple seconds with like the Packers because they have the owners meeting this week. Matt LaFleur came out, because like the reporters are asking him about the NFL like PA report card, and he's like, we had players that did not like the roles they were playing. I'll name him right off the bat who I think it is. I think it's a guy like Ellington Jenkins, who got cut. I think it's a guy like Rashawn Gary, when they traded for Micah and basically said, hey, we don't believe in you, and you're going to do this for us, and you're not going to just like run past the quarterback, which is what he's notorious for. I believe like Romeo Dobbs, he was another one, right? Remember a couple years ago, he got like suspended for a game or two because they got rid of all those guys. They're gone. Quay Walker's another guy. Like I think he, would do that too. They're all gone. And I believe it. But what I think, and it's a players' league, but also as from a coaching standpoint, I mean, this is where like you talk about even like John Harbaugh with the Ravens. Like all the players hated him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like the Super Bowl team. But at the same time, guess what? No matter how much you want to say they hated him,
he went to the team with him. Yeah.
No, he was able to get a guy like a Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Bolton and stuff to be like, dude, you guys gotta lead this team because like it really doesn't actually like. To be fair with the coaches, it does not matter from a head coaching standpoint what you say. The players are gonna be the ones that can hold each other accountable.
Oh no, I want to give him credit. He did step aside and realize he had to let them run the team, which is how you do it. That's a good job by John Harbaugh. I think he's a good coach. I've never said he wasn't a good coach. It's just The glazing,
Oh no,
yeah,
I do think like he's done like I think the reason why his messaging got old now, why he's gone, is because like he's had to like really step in that leadership role
yeah,
because I don't think guys, that, and that's where I was like kind of getting with Matt LaFleur and the Packers is I
hmm,
think he's done an admirable job, but you got to get guys in that room that are going to
yep,
lead. So, and
yep,
I think they have like Micah Parsons has taken all the pass rushers. They've all been working out together, but also they went on like kind of a retreat with each other, right? Like he's doing the things you should be doing as a leader. So I'm not like I think they've like made the right strides where they need to. Like I think for Green Bay this past offseason, they did a lot of addition by subtraction, and I kind of like it. It makes sense because it was some of the inclination I had to be fair with some of the stuff that
uh-huh.
was happening. So
Oh no, dude.
it doesn't surprise me. But going back to the draft's the same thing. You got to bring in dudes that want that. Hey, they're going to do what they're supposed to do, and they're going to buy into what you're trying to sell them from the player and the coaching standpoint. That's
the other guys that could go in the first round is Denzel Boston.
Dude, what are you going to do?
Dude, you're right though. You're right. It's I think you're absolutely right. It's absolutely true what you're saying. I agree. I agree with everything you said with the coaching. It's you can't blame the coach. All like they just got to keep the team kind of in order. Players got to step up though. Well, I think we were talking about last year. I didn't think the Ravens were good enough to win it. It's the media. They always hype them up. The Ravens get put like third odds or something. And I'm like, guys, they haven't been 3 years. They haven't been like a top championship team. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I mean, I'm not saying they're terrible, but I'm like they can't like they shouldn't be like the top 5. No, top 10.
It's tough when you can't beat the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Like that's your killer.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, like I said, so people don't like. I got to experience it a lot with the Aaron Rodgers Packers. Your window is short. Like think about it. When they won the Super Bowl, the Packers, the following year they went 15-1, and like that team was better than the Super Bowl team, Josh.
Well, my thing is their defense. The Ravens
and they didn't win it. They couldn't go back.
Well, my thing is
ousted by a shitty Giants team.
when you knew Matabuke was hurt with the Ravens, you should like their defense already had flaws. It's like they weren't going to be good. You have no pass rush now at all. It was like, guys, can we be realistic? Like this is not. No, I was like, and then what did we say all year? I was like, if they can make the playoffs, it's a win. Because I'm like, they're not winning it. Because I knew they weren't winning. That's why the Steelers game, I'm like, who cares? What were we going to go get blown out by Houston? That's what was going to happen, by the way. Lamar would have got, who knows if Lamar would have been out for this year. God, the way they were sacking everybody. Dear God, maybe it was a good thing that happened. But anyway, yeah, point is, I mean, all the Ravens fans, oh, they could go on a run. I'm like, dude, they ain't beating the good teams. They ain't that good. I understand it's one game. They would have needed God's help, bro. Ain't happening.
The Ravens need like a leadership,
yes.
it's not just like there's a reason why there's a lot of changes there, right? Some of it has to honestly do with too, though. I will die on this hill right now until I see it. I just don't think Lamar is a great leader.
Okay.
Doesn't mean he isn't good. He's just not a great leader, and that's kind of what they're missing right now. Is that guy like he can take over a game and control it. It's when stuff is hard. Are you uplifting people? Are you just like kind of, he shows that face of like blaming everything and just putting his hands in the air. And it's like, no, you got to like keep the energy of like, hey, we're going to get on a roll. We got it. Just, you got to keep taking a play at a time.
I agree with you, and they need it on defense too. They need both sides. They need a leader. They need someone to step up, and Lamar definitely needs to because he's the quarterback. On defense, I don't know who it's going to be, but they need someone to be like a Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Just see, that was the thing with the whole team. They had so many people on defense that would just be like, look, guys, get it together. If it wasn't one of them, it was the other one. It was loaded with leadership back then. That's what's sad. It's not the same kind of team. We were so gritty. That's what I used to love about that team. They were so gritty. Like they might not win.
That's why everybody hated playing Baltimore.
They're tough, man.
Because you knew it was just like it didn't matter. You could blow them out, and you're still going to get your butt kicked.
Yeah, they were tough back in the day.
No, Josh, that's all it is, man. And like that's kind of what the draft is too, right? It's the same concept of like you're trying to build like football's about grit. Yeah, it matters about the talent, but these are all super talented guys in the draft. These are the elite of the elite, the best of the best. Like you're not, it's not like it's all about fit. culture fit, in my opinion, and like scheme fit too, right? Does this guy, can he execute what you guys do well and want to do? But beyond that, it's not rockets. To me, sometimes I think it's way overthought, but
I think me and Tom will do like I don't know if we're gonna do a mock. We'll keep you posted on that, guys. But I'm gonna bring up his we're gonna bring up his metrics. I'll put them on the screen next time for the next video, and we'll show you how it works. And every time can explain it on screen. I can let him do his thing, or I'll let him do it since it's his creation, you know. And he probably knows little intimacies of it that I don't. But maybe we'll do a mock. I don't know. We'll see how that works, or we'll just go over like we just did what we think would be a great pick.
I mean, you and I, you know, everyone, all our listeners know our views on mock drafts.
Yeah, pretty dumb. Yeah, I don't get it. No, yeah, if they trade, your whole mock draft's like destroyed. Like one big trade, then it's like, well, now everything's ruined because it's all backlogged, right? Like I don't know where anyone's going.
I honestly, like, just to be fair, like I'm not crapping on the industry.
No.
Because people, like, again, it's reading material in the off season. People love to see a mock draft because they can read about their team.
It's why
right?
football's so
like,
popular.
Listen,
in the United States.
Like, a mock draft, I feel like all the writers hate doing it, but they have to do it.
Yes.
And also, like, let's just be real. Like, if you take that thing that seriously, when you know it's just going to be
it's your
like
fault. Yeah, I agree.
Not even, it's just kind of funny, and it kind of just shows, I think, a lot of people, like, a lot of these writers, like, again, it's all connections and, like, understanding the team, but also, like, they ain't gonna tell you anything. Like it doesn't matter. Like, that's not what they want to do, because all these teams want leverage at certain picks, because what if someone gives them, like, the farm?
Yep.
For, like, hey, I want you to trade up. Like, you never know. Green Bay might not pick in the second round. What if they get, like, because they pick late in the second, what if they decide, well, someone wants to come back up, and we actually don't care about these players right here.
True.
There's enough depth everywhere else, and we're going to get, like, we're just going to start loading up in the third round and have, like, 10 picks.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I agree. Yeah, me and Tom will probably do a review of our teams next time. So we'll see. Probably a couple weeks, or you want to do a video next week, Tom? What are you thinking? Well, we'll figure it out.
No.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But we'll it's all off season. We're just trying to figure it out. And remember, off season is when we do some of our other content. So we might do like maybe video reviews, something like that, a movie review. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a fun draft. We'll see what happens. Tom's team is, if you made me pick right now, definitely looking a little more stable. My team, all that Max Crosby stuff, not looking great. Let a lot of people go, not looking great. You know, let's see what the Ravens got. Well, you know, so we'll see. Still a fan. Like I said, the leadership's kind of crazy. I think it was good for everybody, though. I think John's in a team that they're making it for him, and I love that for John. Like I said, don't have a problem with John Harbaugh. I think he's a really good coach. Hell, borderline a couple good maybe one more Super Bowl, a couple really good seasons, could be a Hall of Famer. We'll see. But yeah, hey, hope everybody does well. Alabama, sorry we crapped on you. Hey, you know we love you. We put you at the end of every video. You know, we give you love. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Likes as always are appreciated. Subscribe for more content. And as always, Tom?
Roll Tide, anchor down.
Anchor down.